My people, how's everybody doing today? Do me a favor, hit that like button down there. It's down there, you know where it's at. And if you do, you'll automatically be entered to win this ticket. And if you win this ticket, you will automatically be entered to win this empty Gerber Bear Grylls pouch. So, there you go. Make sure you guys check out DNKKnives.com. And I want to thank them for sending this along for me to check out. And if you purchase something there, you can use this coupon code at checkout, Behind the Edge 10, for 10% off. Which would come in handy if you're going to purchase something like this. Make sure you guys subscribe. There's a link to Patreon in the description if you are interested in supporting the channel in that way. Every little nickel helps. Keep us going. This is the Heretic Knives Medusa Auto. And it's kind of a special variant. This is the Medusa Auto Tanto Bronze Flame Titanium. There's the box. It didn't come with anything other than the knife, and nothing else is needed. This is a higher up version of the Medusa. They come in starting around $350 in aluminum. This one here is full titanium all the way around. Hardware, backspacer, both slabs of titanium, and it also has what looks to me like a desert ironwood button. It doesn't say on the box, so I don't know 100% for sure, but that's what it looks like to me. We have a very nice L-Max blade that has a beautiful finish on it. Look how good that looks. It's kind of like a working finish, or a battle worn is what they call it. That's what the BW stands for. And then you have satin flats that are bronze. So, very good looking. This is an expensive knife. This is not something that everybody can afford, obviously. It's not their full cut. They do have full customs. This is not one of those. This is I guess you would call it the highest tier of their standard Medusas, but they don't make very many of these. This one here is serial number 125. I would venture to say that they probably did not make a ton of these, which is cool also. I like the fact that these aren't everywhere. Automatic out the side knives are not my favorite. I don't have I don't think they're all that useful, in my opinion, because that was a fail. Deploying flipper or thumb stud knife pops out just as easy one-handed. Your outside automatic also one-handed, but it ends up being a two-hand close, or difficulty closing with one hand. Anyway, it is what it is. A lot of people really dig the outside autos, and they're just not for me. But this guy here is quite impressive, and it is gorgeous, and I like it a lot. And if I could afford it, this wouldn't be the first knife I bought, but I would absolutely own this knife if I could afford to. So I'm going to get the price out of the way right off the bat, and then we'll go from there. This knife is $870. It is 100% made in America, though. That is the knife, the titanium, sourced in America. The hardware, everything, 100% American made. And that's according to the website. But I am going to believe them. We have a full tie backspacer that even the flaming goes into. Full tie milled pocket clip. It does have the ball bearing that actually rolls in and out of your pocket, but this guy goes in and out of the pocket quite well. The tension is not crazy like it is on some. Very thin pocket clip, lots of room for thick seamed jeans. I do like that as well. All right, we're gonna go to action. It's not the hardest hitting ever, but it is moving quite a large, thick blade. So, you know, the action's good enough. Let's say that. It's not the greatest, but it is good enough. And speaking of blade, we have a gorgeous Tanto L-Max blade that is ground nice and thin for an American knife anyway, but it came extremely sharp, and the grind looks good. Your plunge is even on both sides. Got a nice sharpening choil. I dig it. I dig the blade a lot. Wish it's a 3-inch blade, and I wish it was they made a larger version of this knife, because then it would be freaking awesome. As far as the handle goes, it is full 100% titanium. There is 0 relief cutouts on the inside. This thing probably weighs a ton. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way as well. Every time. I'm going to guess and say it's roughly 6 ounces. 6.2. I'm a little closer today. So that's heavy as hell for a 3-inch blade. But it doesn't carry real heavy. It doesn't. I like the weight of it. Let's just say that. I like the weight of it. Ergos are not the best, but they're not awful either. I do have large hands for the size, for my size body. I am 6'1", 180 pounds, but I have meat hook hands, man. They're huge. Let's put it up against a couple knives here that everybody's familiar with. There it is, up against the Paramilitary 3 and the Paramilitary 2. So it is a little bit bigger than the Para 3 and much smaller than the Paramilitary 2. And that is all the knives I'm going to put it up against as far as size comparison. The fit and finish on this knife is amazing. It is quite perfect. It's just perfect. Your finish is very good and even all the way around. It is kind of a fingerprint magnet, but with the you can only see it in certain angle and certain light. I love the flaming, I guess you would just call it flaming, on the titanium. I think it's always looked cool. Heretic does a good job on that. Looks good. Your hardware is T10, maybe even bigger. No, it's T10, and that may be a T12 pivot. I'm not sure, but I'm curious, so I'm gonna look here. All right, this is a T15 bit, and it is bigger than that. T20, let's see here. That's what it is, a T20. T25 pivot. That's freaking awesome. And I'm gonna guess that the rest of this is T10. Yeah. T10 hardware, T25 pivot. You do not see that very often. And that's awesome. I'm glad they did that. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. It would not be my first pick, but the fact that it is limited run, really great fit and finish, awesome look. It'd be a hell of a collector piece, but it would also work very well in use. Now, I wish this was a manual, and I bet I could figure out a way, if I was a smarter dude than I am, to make this manual. I have seen people do taking a stitch, an auto stitch from Microtech, and make it a manual. So I guarantee this could be made into a manual, which would make this window here useful, because as of right now, the blade window is completely useless. So there's that. I don't know why they even bothered putting that in unless it was for weight reduction, but I seriously doubt it, because this thing is very handle heavy as it is. So that is that. So in conclusion here, it is expensive, but it is very much worth it in my opinion. I wouldn't pay any more than that. And especially if you was looking to buy this knife, if you got it at DNK, you would get 10% off. So that's 87 bucks. That'll put you under 800 mark. So absolutely worth it, in my opinion. Great knife. Great company. I do like what they do. So there you go. That's probably all I'll have for you guys on this knife today. I wish I could use this thing to see how well it cuts. But since it's not mine, I cannot do that. I want to thank DNK again for sending this along for me to check out. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, Patreon, all that good stuff. I'm going to do giveaways very, very soon on Patreon and on the channel. And I want to thank you all for participating in those. Make sure you're nice to each other because nobody likes a douchebag. Later.